Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I am so happy to see you all. We are starting our online Unicorn Pitches US. And what a fantastic event awaiting for us today. Only the best startups pitching live and great investors within reach. You are at Unicorn.Events, the world's largest startup pitch contest. Welcome, everyone. And our thanks goes to our organizers, Network Silicon Valley Club and Startup Network. And I am so happy to let you know that Unicorn.Events and Network Silicon Valley Club have created a collaboration. And right now, I am part of the Network Silicon Valley Club now. So many interesting events happening on the way, extraordinary investment opportunities, vibrant private investors community for accredited investors, and really hope you'll be able to join us in our journey. We are ready to welcome any investor that shares our values of trust and collaboration and looking towards investing into the US startups. We are building connections to eliminate opportunities. And in addition to many other things, we are doing a series of Unicorn Pitches US. Every month, second Tuesday, mark the date in the calendar. We will be meeting more often, seeing incredible pitches. We do a great job selecting startups that pitch. We have an enormous number of applications, but only the best ones get to pitch live. And our next event is already on June 11th. Mark the date in the calendar and ping me if you want to get a special ticket in the front row. I will be happy to do that. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the founder of the Network Silicon Valley Club, the one and only intelligent and charismatic Maxim Stretchenko. Hi, Maxim.
Thank you, Anna. So, hi, folks. I'm happy to see you all. My name is Maxim, and I'm the founder of Network Silicon Valley Club, a community of business angels where we invest in startups. We do syndication. Since 2019, we have invested in 56 startups and had 3 exits up to 32x for now. We invest together with top VCs in startups with ARR over $1 million in industries such SaaS, AI, FinTech, cybersecurity, and defense tech. If you want to access our final deal flow and syndicate club, you can join the link in the chat or scan the QR code. And I would like to say thank you to all the judges, guests, and startups who attend our event. People are the main part of our community, and we are open to all feedback and suggestions. We have already implemented about a dozen improvements from the last event, and new features are coming soon. So let's make it happen. Anna, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Maxim. Love when you do that. And I'm happy to announce that besides our online Unicorn Pitches US, every one of you is welcome to join us in Palo Alto, where our headquarters are, for the in-person event where you can meet famous VCs directly and scan this QR code and get your ticket, and as well as your participants at our online Unicorn Pitches US, you get a 10% discount of any price of any ticket, and there are multiple choices. So you can copy this discount code. It was not me who made it. I know it's complicated, but still, please use it and see you in Palo Alto. Looking forward to that. And I would like to tell you a little bit about our ecosystem. Network Silicon Valley Club, as well as Unicorn.Events, is part of the ecosystem that nourishes and fosters innovations and growth for startups, as well for the VCs and private investors. Unicorn.Events is an open competition for startups where they pitch for the VCs, private investors, corporations, and business angels. We are the world's largest startup pitch competition by geographical reach and number of the events held already. Do our events on regular basis in Silicon Valley, in Europe, and online where you are today. And now let's start our Unicorn Pitches US, where startups in SaaS, cybersecurity, AI, FinTech, and DefenseTech will pitch to excite you, dear judges and guests, We are live and broadcasting to the whole world. Please share the links in chat so everyone can see you. At the end, we will have the winner announced. And it's time to say thank you to our sponsors, our platinum sponsor, NetworkVC, the heart and the management company of our global ecosystem. Our golden sponsor is Network Silicon Valley Club, where great deals for accredited investors are made. And our silver sponsor, Startup Inc., an investor onboarding and management platform. And we use at Network Silicon Valley Club, Startup Inc., to facilitate our investors' journey. Thank you, dear sponsors, for standing by us for such a long time. And the winner of today's event, as I was saying, will be promoted to pitch at the Unicorn Battle. And then we usually have a Unicorn Cup where the winners of the Unicorn Battles meet to compete. And the date of the Unicorn Cup will be announced later. So we encourage startups to apply to participate in this competition. And a little announcement that now our guests can also participate in startups voting. At our event page, scan this QR code. You can go and put thumbs up to the startups you love. And let's see who is more right about our future unicorn. Judges who will be evaluating startup investment potential, or guests who will put the most thumbs up to the startups that they like the most. We will see. And look, what amazing funds we will have today. The representatives of all those great companies are here to listen to you, dear startups. I know I heard you pitching, and as I said, I would have a really, really difficult time picking up one startup, but really hope that our judges will be evaluating startup investment potential as they do always. So that's why we invite so many people from different companies, VC funds. They are very experienced, and everyone can vote based on their own criteria. To know this criteria, dear judges, please introduce yourself briefly for less than a minute, pointing out what industry, what startup stage, what check size is your sweet spot. And we have 15 minutes for all judges' introduction. To start with, I would like to start with the man who started NetworkVC and Unicorn.Events in the first place, Alexander Soroka. Is Alexander with us? Team, can you say me? Tell me. Alexander.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Alexander, great to have you with us.
Yeah, great to be here today. And so glad to see so many familiar faces. NetworkVC usually invest in the United States, with some exceptions. We have some investment in Latin America, Middle East, Asia, and Europe. Usually we invest in late seed and round A stages. And we prefer to invest in software companies, but we do some exception for military tech. So yeah, please apply, and glad to be here today.
Glad to have you, Alexander. And dear judges, to introduce yourself, please push a button, raise hand. It's a yellow one in your Zoom menu, and I will give you a floor. Yes, Mariette, go ahead. Please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Mariette Johnson-Wharton, the CEO of Nimble Mindset since 2018. We focus on advising female entrepreneurs all over the world. Since getting my MBA from Columbia Business School 25 years ago, I've been in tech innovation. I founded the first cloud video conferencing company in 2008, 3 years before Zoom, successfully exited in 2013. Since then, I've evaluated pitches as an investor, startup advisor, and pitch judge. I've invested in over 100 startups. The outliers are 2,000 and $1 million. Most of them are between 20,000 and 200,000 at the early stage as an angel. So you can find me on LinkedIn under Mariette Wharton if you want me to evaluate your pitch or you want some advice.
Thank you, Mariette, and welcome, David Evans. The floor is yours.
Morning, I'm David. I'm an engineering leader. I span from consumer to biotech, worked at Apple, joined or consulted with more than 10 early stage startups with 4 exits. And for early stage investments, I'm mostly looking at team and market fit and what unfair advantage the team has, then risks. But as a product person, I'm really curious about the product and the marketing strategy. So looking forward to hearing the pitches.
We do too. Welcome, David. Kelly, so glad to see you. Hello.
Hi, Anna. Thank you very much for having me. I'm Kelly Lo, founder and investor at Mans International from Toronto, Canada, currently in Shanghai for business. Despite the late hour, right now it's 1 a.m. local time, I'm eager to connect. We focus on B2B deep tech companies in the health tech, digital economy, and the so-called low-altitude economy sectors, with the initial investment up to $500,000. We specialize in accelerating tech companies' growth through our extensive networks in North America and Asia. I'm excited to hear your pitches and wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Excited to have you with us, Kelly. And John Rainey?
Hello, I'm John Rainey. I'm the Vice President of Partnerships for Miller Media 7. We are a digital agency. I have been in the custom software development business for 25 years, working with startups and Fortune 500 companies alike. Once in a while, meaning probably once every year or two, we do invest in some of the startups that we work with. If you have any questions about your technology, your UI, UX, or software resources, feel free to reach out. I did put my LinkedIn link in the chat.
Welcome. And Bridget. Hello.
Hi, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm Bridget L. Smith. I'm an angel investor. Since 2021, when I retired from Google as a senior executive, I've been investing. So from then to now, over 300 startup investments. My average check size is between 50K and 250K. My sweet spot is that I help founders raise capital. That is what I do pretty much every single day. To date, I've raised probably 12 million for founders who look like me, who are women, people of color, or LGBTQ. So I'm really excited to be here today. I cannot wait to hear the pitches, and I'm hoping to invest.
Wonderful. What a great speech, Bridget. Welcome. And Walid?
Hi, everybody. Good to connect with you. And again, I'm Walid Al-Bashir. I'm the managing partner of FinTech Ventures. I have been in tech for 28 years. I've launched 6 startups, a couple of exits, and I've been operator for a long time, supporting startups, mentoring, enduring, all this stuff. And I established my venture fund and venture builder in 2018. We support entrepreneurs in the Middle East and Africa. As of today, capitalizing off my experience in deep tech, IoT, Industry 4, and looking forward to see some great founders and nice ideas today.
Welcome, Walid. Great to have you with us. And Kai, hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kai, and I'm excited to be part of this event again. Thanks for having me. I'm an executive in the games industry for about 30 years now, and managing partner of the Riyadh Angel Syndicate. We're focused on early stage ventures in the games industry and related technology. Our ticket size is between 100 and 250K USD, and we invest globally, but we do have a focus on the MENA region as one of the growth areas in our industry. I personally invested as an angel in a wide range of startups in SaaS, health tech, and food, but again, mostly games. Thanks for having me, and good luck to all the pitchers today.
Wonderful. Thanks for coming, Kai. Nachiket, hello.
Hi, my name is Nachiket Deshpande. My background is in corporate venture studios, most recently at Ericsson. And before that, I was an operator doing product management roles at startups of early stage, mid stage, and late stage. And before that, engineering background. Excited to be here, and thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. And Maria?
Hello, everyone. My name's Maria Pinar, and I'm an operating partner with Unicorn Growth Capital. We invest in financial technology companies in developing markets, currently focusing on Africa. So anything to do with embedded finance that enables the financial transaction to happen is what we're interested. Early growth stage, typical check sizes. We do pre-seed through Series A is around 150K.
Great to have you with us, Maria. And Reddy?
Hi, I'm Reddy Melody. I'm a partner and COO at Seventrain Ventures. We invest in seed level, early stage startups across the globe and primarily in software companies. We had 15 exits with a $10 billion valuation. I worked for Intel, ADP, and Autodesk for over 25 years in technology and business executive roles. My book, AI Unleashed, it is coming out. It is meant for business executives who want to leverage the power of AI. It's coming out in July. Very excited to listen to all the pitches. Thank you.
Thank you, Reddy. And Roshni, great to have you.
Thanks for having me again. Hi, everyone. My name is Roshni. I'm the founder and CEO of Prosh Marketing. We're a collective of over 80 fractional CMOs that work across technology, professional services, and CPG. We invest in startups, usually seed to Series A. FinTech, health tech, prop tech, and SaaS and cyber are the main areas, but we're pretty open to all tech. And I'm really looking forward to all the pitches. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Roshni. Vadim?
Hi, everyone. My name is Vadim Nekai. I have over 15 years of marketing and entrepreneurial experience myself. Most recently, through Deposit Photos, which we sold in 2021 to Vistaprint. And since then, I started my angel investment route. I have roughly 20 companies in my portfolio. I invest myself and through syndicates. Industries which I am particularly interested in is everything SaaS, marketplaces, and e-commerce. My personal check is around 25 to 50K and up to 1 mil through the affiliated syndicates. I also open to help if anyone has any questions related to SaaS, e-com, or marketplaces. So feel free to connect and ask your questions.
Great to have you, Vadim, with us. And Vijay, hello.
Hey, hi, this is Vijay, founder and CEO of BitsCrunch, running a blockchain analytics and forensics company based in Munich, Germany. Originally an Indian, but living in Munich for the last 11 years. I've been helping a lot of founders, especially in the blockchain space, fintech space. So if you are, if you need any support in the blockchain tech space, feel free to reach out. And I've invested in early stage projects. My sweet spot is pre-seed seed. So my check size is somewhere between 20 to 50K USD. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Kit, hello.
Hi there, I'm Keith Herman. I've not been here in a while. I feel guilty. But I've been part of the network for about 7 or 8 years now and have attended many events and have enjoyed hearing about innovative companies. I am currently the founder of Oraco, which we work with companies primarily in the spaces of Web3, AI, AR, VR. We are also in e-commerce but mostly in the most innovative places and app development. We utilize technology to create efficiencies and help companies raise money or get partnerships. That's really the focus. And as a result, they get capital or create more revenue. So I've been in tech for 42 years. Invested in my first company 37 years ago, Block Development. I created a technology investment fund and scaled that in conjunction at the same time with a real estate investment trust. I lost a lot of money in the tech bubble of 2000, but came out of that and actually developed partnerships with major VCs like Sequoia and Excel, and other large VCs and expanded my network to venture capital to VCs all over the world. I have a podcast, Funding and Disrupting, where we interview VC founders and a company that they funded and the CEO of the company or founder, an opportunity to hear about what the funding process is like. So I'm involved in a lot of different areas to support the growth of tech companies. I do give back by coming onto this platform as other platforms to help early startups, but mostly my focus is in helping companies Series A or higher, whether it's helping them get more, attract more capital or make introductions and help them scale. If you want to learn more, you can go to oraco.com and I'll put that in the chat so that you can look that up. There are case studies there. We've raised billions of dollars and have wonderful case studies helping investment funds raise hundreds of millions of dollars. So you can see from investment funds to mid-tier companies down to startups. And there's about 50 or 60 case studies that pretty much cover every area that I believe this audience would be interested in. So
Great. Thank you.
I will leave that in the chat and pass it off to Fabio, I guess.
Great. Thank you, Keith. Yes, dear judges, go ahead, put your contacts in chat for our startups who wants to be connected. Fabio, yes, you're next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Fabio Buttacci. I'm based in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I am the founder and CEO of Vinci Digital, which is a strategic advisory of industrial IoT plus AI, generative AI. And since the beginning of last year, I'm collaborating with Cobo Funds, London-based funds focused on deep tech, startups, scale-ups, pre-Series A, sweet spot, 2 million euros. And that's it.
Thank you, Fabio, so much. And dear judges, we have 5 more minutes to go, and we have 5 judges, I see. So please be short, not to use so much time. And Nick, you're next.
Great to see everybody here. My name is Nick Larson. I'm a serial founder and chief revenue officer. I'm like the Iron Chef of connecting people. And I'm also a host on Silicon Zombies, which is a live show that demystifies emerging tech. My tickets are as an angel investor between $10,000 and $50,000. Done fintech, done consumer tech, green tech, and a little bit of real estate. So check out siliconzombies.com and happy to give some visibility for the startups here.
Great, welcome. Chandan, hello.
Yeah, hi everyone. Chandan here, based in India. My expertise is in enterprise software products, and one of the products I built went on to top the Gartner and Forrester charts, and the company turned unicorn. Currently, I'm running an early stage fund, Seventrain Ventures, and I also do consultation for startups. So happy if anyone wants to ping me for selling off their ideas. So look forward to today's pitches.
Thank you, Chandan. And Stratos, hello.
Oh, hi, everyone. Stratos Davlos. I'm a general partner at Project Voice Capital, Talos. It's a European fund. I'm also an angel investor from the Bay Area. My background is in artificial intelligence since the 90s, data scientist by training. I've run several organizations, including at Apple, IBM Watson, Reliance Jio. I got 5 exits. At Talos, we typically write early stage checks between 300,000 and 1.5 million. And then we have follow-on checks depending on the performance of the company. Our thesis is primarily AI companies with a footprint in Europe. With that said, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. And I just want to wish good luck to everyone. Looking forward to your presentation.
Thank you so much, Stratos. And Ellie, you're next.
Excellent. Thank you. Great to meet everyone here. I'll try to be short. Based in San Francisco, managing partner at Seventrain Ventures. Background is in product engineering, and we do pre-seed, seed investments in marketplace, health tech, developer tools, and SaaS. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And Vijay?
Hey, morning, evening all. I'm Vijay. I work in Microsoft in the Azure team. Before this, I was doing product launches for hardware and running factories in China, Vietnam, and in India. If you have questions on scaling or hardware launches, then happy to pitch in. Looking forward to the pitches. Thanks.
Thanks you, Vijay. Jules, hello. Please unmute yourself.
Okay, first guy who started talking when they were muted. Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Jules Walker. I lead business development for KPMG's emerging tech practice in the US. I also do some scouting for KPMG Ventures, which is our small venture group, looking for companies that are complementary to KPMG go-to-market, investing about $250,000 plus or minus. And I do a significant amount of angel investing on my own, broadly speaking, from an industry perspective. One more thing I wanted to drop, Anna, I hope it's okay. KPMG has a global pitch competition. I lead the US one. We are taking applications now. I'll put information in the chat about it, but would love to have startups participate in our pitch competition. And good luck to everybody.
Thank you, Jules, so much. Jonathan?
Hi, Jonathan Wright. I'm a serial founder. I work now as a fractional general counsel. We do formations, financings, mergers and acquisitions. And I've been an angel investor. I was a member of Sandal Angels Fund for 8 years. So if you have any legal needs for startups, and I like to focus on healthcare, but we generally do all high tech and enterprise software. Thank you.
Thank you. Jordan, hello.
Good morning to all of you. This is Jordan Wabi with Silicon Valley Venture Group. It's a pleasure to be here as usual. I won't tell you much about me. We do investments in pre-A and A, 30 to 300K, and we syndicate with the great Alexander Soroka. If you're pitching today, you've got 60-some investors looking at you, so no pressure. And this is recording for the rest of your natural life, so make sure it counts. This is a forum where a lot of companies have raised money, so make it all about you and go kick some ass.
Great. Great inspiration, Jordan. No pressure, but great inspiration. Yeah. Blake, you're next, and David will crown it all. Blake?
Hi, everyone. My name is Blake Hurt. I have been in startups for the last decade, started at Uber, where I was for 4 years. For the last few years, I've been doing independent consulting and advising for early stage startups. Mostly marketplaces, also SaaS. That's kind of my sweet spot of where I both consult, advise, and invest. And yeah, really looking forward to the pitches today.
We do too. And welcome, David.
Thank you. My name is David Sanker. I've been working in patent law for almost 20 years. And earlier this year, I actually just launched my own firm, Sanker IP, dealing specifically with patent law with emphasis on AI. And I'm actually about to have a chapter in a book published on the guidance regarding the use of generative AI, which should be kind of helpful to people. Look forward to the pitches today. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And let's hear finally those pitches. But dear judges, remember, you have a very important role today. You have to evaluate startups' investment potential. Please go to the link. You have this in mail or in your calendar, voting link. You'll be redirected to our event page. Under your profile, you'll see your picture in the upper right corner. And then beneath each startup, there is a scroll bar. You move it left or right. Evaluating startup investment potential from 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. So please put the marks for every startup, no confirmation button, nothing. Just move a little bit the scroll bar and leave it at the level you think is fair. And please make sure you voted for all the startups. This is very essential for our algorithm to work correctly. And at the end, we will have a little networking session, and we will be asking you for a little feedback or tips for startups. So please be ready to share your ideas. And now, finally, our pitch session begins. And to lead this session, I would like to introduce you to our partner relations manager, wonderful Anna, from Network Silicon Valley Club, my great, good-looking colleague. Anna, the mic is yours. Let's finally hear those wonderful guys with their innovative ideas.
Hi everyone, I'm happy to see all of you today. Dear startups, you will have 3 minutes to pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A with the judges. Please keep your answers short so as many judges as possible can talk to you. Let's start our pitch competition. And now I'd like to give the floor to our first startup, Bimodo. Jeff, you have 3 minutes. Please share your screen and I'll start the timer.
Welcome, judges. I am super excited to be able to share with you guys Bimodo. My name is Jeffrey Boyle. I'm the co-founder of Bimodo with my wife. I've raised millions of dollars in my career, and my businesses have done over $1 billion. Bimodo is something I've put a lot of my own money into, and I'm excited to be able to share this with you. Everybody's talking about AI. It's everywhere. It's on the searches. It's doubling, tripling. It's something that we just simply can't avoid anymore. But the top challenges and where I've made all of my money is helping small businesses. They have trouble attracting new clients, marketing to a target audience, and converting the leads. And almost half of the small business owners who are interested in AI say that they are beginners or below. North America, Latin America, and Europe is a giant market for small business owners that many different companies ignore. But 70% of small business owners have said that they would pay 70% of them said that they would pay more for AI automation tools. Our contact to contract system is based upon our Bimodo marketing system that allows you to produce hundreds of pieces of marketing in a short amount of time towards your target market to grow and scale your business. It's a proprietary SaaS application with a simple user interface that creates content to your target market with a special sauce of what we call our avatars. Our avatars use a combination of machine learning and our expert prompt templates that allow for quick, impactful content across all different platforms to be able to be shared in the tone and style. If you do an AI detector with our content creator versus Gemini or ChatGPT, we have a 97% very typical output once you train that avatar to do what it needs to be done. But we took it a little bit further because we found a lot of the people that we're helping don't know what the heck to do with the content after they create it. So we do small business coaching seminars, helping with marketing automation, communication templates, lead pages, automations, management, and processing to be able to help them take their content and turn it into businesses. These small group trainings, content marketing, and prompt engineering that we do enable them to be novices, but to output expert content. Starting at $50 per month and up to $12,000 for individual coaching. We're a new business, but this month and the past couple months as we've been selling, we're on track to do over $40,000 and after just a couple months of sales in our this month. We do this with targeted API integrations with other SaaS platforms, affiliate programs, and we have a lot of leads coming in from our online advertising that we're converting into customers. My team has done over $1 billion. We've done over 20 different startups and everything from full stack developers to myself as a full-time expert in this area as well. We're looking for $2.5 million for 20% equity through different negotiable structures to improve our marketing and improve our platform.
Anna, you are muted. Oh no, Kelly, it's your turn to ask the question.
Thank you, Anna. Hi, Jeff. Nice presentation. So
Hi, Kelly.
What is the customer churn rate and what efforts have you done to reduce it? Thank you.
So the churn rate right now, because we are newer, it's harder to give you an exact number on that. We've been selling for the last 4 months. But what we have found is that if we start with a higher amount, then we will churn faster. But we have found the people that are coming in between $200 and $500 stick for up to 6 months as we've done the testing.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, the floor is yours.
Good to see you again, good old man. How are you?
I'm doing well. You?
Very well. So help us understand your valuation and what are the triggers going to drive you up other than revenue? And you do look and feel and sound like another AI marketing platform. What is unique about you?
Yeah, I think the real unique part about that, and I appreciate that there are a lot of AI platforms out there, but what we have seen is the individual mentoring that we do in the small groups really has been the biggest difference. I've made my millions growing networks all throughout Asia, Europe, United States, and South America. And one of the things that we found is that people will stay the longer that we give them the attention and the knowledge that they need. So even though our avatar puts out really fantastic content, the secret sauce is doing what I've been doing for 20 years, is to grow the networks, improve the mentorship, and really give them what they need to be able to understand what they don't currently have right now, which is new customers and how to retain them.
So since you made millions, why do you need our money?
I have put a lot into this, but we certainly believe that that we can expand you can never have too much money, I guess, but we run pretty lean operations. And with this, we can improve the platform to continually advance it, but also do more marketing.
Just heads up, watch out for Keith. He's a tricky one. He's coming out.
Chandan, now you can ask a question.
Yeah, hi, Jeff. So what
Hi.
are the top 1 or 2 segments where you're finding good traction? Who are these customers, their customers, the channels they use, how do they use your product? Can you expand there?
We're finding a lot right now. We've sold 4 different real estate companies in the last 4 days, for example. But we find a lot of coaches, and it's typically because they don't know how to do Facebook advertising, they don't know how to write content that sells, and then they don't know how to do high ticket sales. So we're getting them from a lot of different industries, but recently it's been coaches and real estate.
Thanks.
Keith, now you can ask your question.
Hi, Jeff. Great presentation. A couple of quick questions is, how does your platform, you talked about the, the generation engine for it, how does that compare to Claude 3?
So with Claude, one of the main things that we have compared to Claude and even Jarvis out there is we create the templates for them. They fill in the blank, and then they use the machine learning to be able to learn their process to output content in their tone and style.
Okay. And you talk about creating the content, and the big question is, so you generate this content for the user. What type of optimization, if any, is there for them? Because the content without optimization doesn't really do a whole lot.
No question. And I think that that's where our individual small classes and the people who upgrade to our mentoring, where we walk them through it. That's the problem that we had in the beginning, is they've output the content, then what? They didn't know what to do with it. And that's why I believe the secret sauce of the mentoring, and that's how I've made my money across different continents, is creating these platforms that scale to teach small business owners to be able to make money. And without content, it's really tough, but without great content, it's impossible.
Are those webinars or whatever you call them, are those are free, or is there a membership cost? Or
we do free training, and the free training is resulted in some upgrades, but then we have one-on-one sessions and small groups for the paid people.
Dear
so
judges,
there is revenue from that, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So when you have a chance, send me one of your investment decks, okay?
Happy to do it, Keith.
Thank you.
Dear judges, thank you very much for your questions, but the Q&A session is over. You can ask the rest in our chat. And now we are moving on to the next startup. Please welcome Cecil. And no, now it's time for Foggy Max. And dear Grace, let's start.
I forgot to unmute myself. Hi, everyone. This is Grace, and I'm excited to be one of the female founders today and to introduce you to Fogworks, our revolutionary products, Foggy. And one quick question to you. The endless photo and the videos and documents you make, where do you really keep them? Many people do not know where the data is handled. When your data sits in the cloud, it's no longer truly yours. It could end up contributing to some AI models without your commissions. And Fogworks, we are committed to ensuring that in the future, everyone's data can be stored without discrimination in a decentralized networks. And our founders team bring rich engineering excellence and is deeply involved in the Ethereum developer community. And on the business side, our founders have impressive entrepreneur backgrounds with success exit to the IBM and Google's. And recently, we have seen tremendous success in the Web3 world with projects like Solana ecosystems. Those success have sparked a craze over the DeFi sectors. At Fogworks, we are proud to be at the forefront of this movement. We have sold thousands of Foggy Max hardware products, making us one of the few DeFi projects ready to ship. Today, Web3 storage networks face significant challenges. They are hugely redundant and burdened by using DHT, and there is a lack of data ownership, and data access is painfully slow, and there is no incentive to the real data providers. That's why we are here. We have our solutions, introducing Foggy, the first ready-to-ship DeFi servers. Foggy allows you to store, backup, and protect all your data and digital assets. Data can be minted in NFTs with access control and ownership. And you can connect your IoT devices to Foggies and store your private data securely to your personal servers. And you can use your data to train your personal AI models that solely belongs to you. And Foggy enable you to run decentralized applications. That's our solutions. Our flagship product, Foggy Max, is central to our business models, with focus on channel sale and direct sales. Last year, we have launched Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign for version 1 of Foggy, received 177 orders across the US, EU, and Southeast Asia. This year, we have launched version 2 with IoT integration and Filecoin station integration. We received 220 sales in March and 1,200 sales in April. And we are forecasting have 50K sales by Q3 of this year. For go-to-market, we are building a multi-channels marketing channels, leveraging the digital marketing, social media, and partnerships. This year, we have recruited 177 global ambassadors to enhance our presence, and we launched our affiliate program as well. We have successfully raised 4 million so far with support of our existing investors, and we have achieved all of our effective computing powers, and we have forecasting 3 million annual revenues from now on. Thanks for listening. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much. And let's start our Q&A session. Mariette, please ask your question.
Hi, thank you so much for that. I would love to hear more about your competition and how you plan to innovate over time to maintain any competitive advantage you have.
Yeah, since people already mentioned about decentralized storage for more than a decade, for example, the Filecoin, and they are the pioneer, and we are trying to partnership with them. So that's why the second version of Foggy Max, we integrated with their Filecoin station to our personal servers. Since there's a bunch of the junk data stored in the Filecoin, they only incentivize to the data provider, which is miners. But the data and storage provider, which is miners. But for the data provider like us, I'm taking the selfies, I have the photo documents, wanted to store it somewhere, have the incentivize. And this is why we are here. We're trying to balance the supply and demand and trying to offer more values to the existing decentralized storage providers as well. So we are trying to collaborate with them together and differentiate ourselves from them. Thanks for your question.
Thank you, Keith. Now it's your turn.
Hi, according to your business model, it's a B2C model versus B2B.
For now, we are doing the B2C. So we have our affiliate program and we do the direct sales and the channel sales. So now channel sales is dominated of our business models, and we receive a lot of orders from from the channels. So that's why we are forecasting to have 50K sales by the Q3 of this year, since we're already in the process to sign a contract with them. At the same time, we are doing the direct sale to do B2C. But in the future, we are trying to have our third version, which is called Foggy Max AI, and trying to have more storage to train the AI modules. At that moment, we will do B2B business, but now still B2C.
Have you considered? Have you given much consideration to the B2B model in light of the fact that the data centers are the ones that are controlling much of the not only the storage of the data, but the platforms that are being used to secure that data? It's just interesting to me that you chose the B2C. If you have more information on your B2B plan, then I'd be interested to hear more.
Yeah, thanks for the question. The reason why we are doing the B2B first, since we wanted to build more nodes all over the world. So have a distributed, decentralized networks first. And once we have more providers with the bigger data centers, and we can do B2B networks and to business with some startups like AI startups. And we are based in Silicon Valley, so we have a lot of conversation with AI startups. At the same time, we are trying to work together and to see how we can provide a storage to them. Yeah, thanks for the question.
Khalid, please ask your question.
Yeah, nice presentation. My question would be for a target persona. What would be your main secret sauce? Are you just focusing on storing the data, or extending it to reputation management, for example, storing your academic record or speaking, you've done, or maybe your driving record or stuff like that?
Yeah, a great question. So for now, we have our own end-to-end encryption technologies. So we are building on the data mode chains, and they have they are based on the NAS consensus, trying to make sure the data provider and data consumer, they are linked with the proof of the storage. So we will do the consensus matching every single time. So once the data consumer, they wanted to challenge the data provider, they can do the challenge and to see whether my data is stored securely or not. And we launched our physical devices, and then people can store and back up the data to the other physical stores place as well. And this year, so we had IoT integration technologies, which means we wanted to provide more values to the user to store their real data. So that's the matter. Since now Web3, there's a lot of junk data. So store the real data is matter. So we have the IoT devices like home camera and all the other IoT devices will generate the data every second, so they can store it in the Foggy Max. That's our idea for now. And thanks for the question. I hope I answered your question. If it's not, please feel free to ask more.
You can use the chat to ask all the questions because we exceeded our time limit. And now we have our next startup is Sizzle and its founder, Vijay. Please share your screen and make it full screen. And let's start.
Right. Hi, everyone. I'm Vijay Koduri, co-founder of Sizzle. We make automatic gaming highlights using AI. So my background, I spent many years at Google. I was on the founding team of Google Pay. My co-founder Murli's from the video editing industry, and Alex is from the gaming industry. So we work with gaming content creators. These people have a tough lives where they have to stream 6 to 8 hours a day, then post their clips on social media, then post their clips on Discord to engage their audience, and then finally have relationships with brands to make money. Very few succeed at that. So we let them just do the first thing, stream 6 to 8 hours every day, and we handle the rest. So the first thing we do is we've built deep AI. We analyze the video, the audio, and the chat of gaming streams to make automatic highlights, and we even have patents on personalizing them. Our streamer dashboard is used by 100,000 creators today. They connect their Twitch and YouTube account. We make the clips in the middle, and they can one-click share to TikTok, Instagram, etc., and they love it. And CB Insights, a third-party industry analyst, put us in the top right leadership quadrant. We're the only AI highlights player in this quadrant. The other players are down here. And that's because we have higher quality AI, and they ranked our management team the highest. Our latest offering is our Discord bot. So we're working with tournament organizers that play lots of tournaments 2 to 3 times every week and are trying to get the clips onto their Discord servers. So we built the bot where we analyze the footage and we post all the clips onto their Discords, which is viewed by millions of people. In fact, we've partnered with over 60 Discord servers, and we have over 10 million targeted PC gamers viewing our clips. So this gives us opportunities to expose brands to these gamers. We can have pre-roll ads on our clips, split screen ads, overlay ads, and our new in-clip ads. Let me show you what that is. So our AI automatically detects planar surfaces within clips like the fact and can auto insert a McDonald's ad or any ad. Our AI can also do this in other clips where, for instance, there's a cool action scene, and on the top you can see an AI tagline that connects to both the action as well as the brand. So we make money today from subscriptions, and we're starting to do pilots with HP, iBuyPower, and others. They're both huge markets in subscriptions and in-game ads, and we project over 75 million by 2028, and we're already going to exceed a 1 million ARR run rate by the end of this year. We've raised 6 million to date, and we're currently raising a 1.5 million seed extension at the same terms as our seed from 2 years ago, and we're preparing for a Series A next year. So thank you, and happy to answer questions.
Thank you, Vijay. And now will be Q&A session. To give all judges opportunity to ask questions, please ask 1 or 2 questions and use our chat to ask more. And the first person will be Keith. Please, the floor is yours.
Hi, great platform that you have here. Really interesting, and glad to hear you have traction. I'm curious with regards to distributing the content. This creates the content. Does it also distribute it to the various social media channels? And if so, my question is, how are you dealing with the new requirements for app integrations?
Yeah, so a great question. So we have integrations to all the social media channels. We don't auto post today. The streamer reviews, like we'll give let's say 20 clips a stream, they'll review those 20 clips and they'll post whichever ones they want to. So the streamer is in control of the posting. In terms of the app integrations, we keep up with that. So, TikTok changed their format. We integrated with their latest format, changed from a 2-step to a 1-step. And Discord is really specific. Our Discord bot, we're the only game in town that can crunch highlights and post onto Discord. So we're seeing a ton of demand for our Discord bot.
Thank you. Vadim, the floor is yours. Please ask your question.
Great startup, great presentation, great niche. I'm particularly like this streaming and everything about streaming. My question is regarding traction. Can you elaborate a little bit more on your current traction and maybe some kind of data you can share about the acquisition costs or the churn, etc.?
Sure. So first of all, in terms of streamers, we have 100,000 content creators. So these guys are the ones that create the content. So that's pretty big. But then in terms of viewers of our clips, we've built this Discord bot where we're partnering with 60 tournament organizers. Each of them has maybe 500,000, 600,000 people on their Discords. And so they're massive Discords, total of about 10 million viewers of these clips. So this also serves as a way of user acquisition. Before we were paying maybe $3 for CAC to acquire a streamer through influencer marketing. And now we're down to 0 through these tournaments, because if a brand sponsors a tournament and 1,000 people are in the tournament, we ask them to stream. So we acquire streamers onto our platform through the tournament that the brand is sponsoring. So that's basically free CAC for us to acquire more and more content creators and viewers.
Guy, please ask your question.
Yes, really, really interesting. I have a lot of questions, but one right now. I assume this does work for mobile games as well as for PC or console?
That's right. This works for mobile and PC. For mobile, for instance, we have Free Fire, COD Mobile, games like that. We covered 30 games at a deep level. These are the top 30 AAA titles and all of that. And for every other game, we actually have a universal AI where we don't analyze the video, but we analyze the audio and chat, and we can still find exciting moments when the streamer is excited or the audience is excited. So we actually cover pretty much any game out there.
Cool, but there's no integration into the actual game software.
There is no integration into the actual game. We're not dependent on the game developer. We're just pulling straight from Twitch and YouTube, and we analyze the video, audio, and chat.
Awesome. Good luck.
Unfortunately, the time for Q&A is over. Please use our chat to ask more questions. And next in line, we have the startup Clouder. Aliu, the countdown begins now. You have 3 minutes. Please share your screen. Let's start.
Great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Aliou Bar, born in Senegal, West Africa, and moved to France at my 18. Got there my bachelor, my software engineer. And after that, I worked for some big companies like Air France, Société Générale Banking, BNP Paribas Banking. And after that, I was involved in open source, and I ended up being contributor of Docker, the containers. And yeah, after that, I created my first company with my co-founder, Maimouna, called BeOpenIT. We 100% bootstrap from 0 to 4 million ARR. So we spent 7 years helping over 100 large companies to get the most of cloud, DevOps, cybersecurity, data, and AI. By doing that, that's where we found the problem we are solving today with Clouddoor. So the first problem we're solving is today companies are not delivering very quickly features to their customers because when developers complete one development feature, most of the time, IT teams spend very long and stressful time to test because they are concerned about bugs, error during releases. The second problem is that today companies, they don't have the tool to run A/B testing experiment. So to have the first feedback before the full release of the new features to their customers. So to solve these two problems, so we build the Clouddoor. Clouddoor is a gateway, allowing every company to be able to have first feedback before the full release of the new version. So it can be through experimentation. Through experimentation means you're just showing the new version to one specific group. Or it can be also incremental. Incremental means, you have a new version, you can show it to 1% of your end users, and then 2% until showing it, to 100% user, 100% of your customers. So we joined Techsar in September, and we released our first feature in September. And so far, we hit 31K in monthly revenue, and Clouddoor is deploying over 700 applications every day. And as you can see today in the dev tool market, almost all the dev tool players, they are focusing on just helping the developers to deploy their code to the cloud. But none of them is really helping them to focus on their customers and to have feedback after, developers, end up or complete one development feature. So that's where we focus. So we are a SaaS platform with 3 plans: startup, scale, and large companies. Startup, I would say every early startup, we're charging $396 a month. Scale, every company, I would say from Series A to COD, we charge it $1,100 a month. And enterprise is for large companies, so we're charging $5K. So thank you, and I would love to answer any questions. So.
Yes, thank you. Let's start our Q&A session. Please raise your hands who would like to ask a question. Chandan, please ask your question.
Yeah, can you tell us what is the total addressable market here?
Sorry, can you say again?
Yeah, what is the total addressable market TAM here?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. So is 300 billion market in 2023, and it expect to grow in the next following years. And by 2028, this market is expect to reach 500 billion. So.
Kelly, the floor is yours.
Yeah, what's your...
Yeah. Hello, nice presentation. So how scalable is your platform, and what kind of go-to-market strategy do you have to attract new customers?
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, we start, before Clouddoor, we found BeOpenIT. BeOpenIT was a consulting company targeting large companies. That's why the first version of Clouddoor, we were just targeting large companies because, the founding team knew more large companies than startups. So by doing that, we start having paying customers. We have 2 big, large companies, Orange and Eurotunnel. But it was good because, large companies, they're paying high ticket. But the problem is, the product development speed. Most of the time, to have a feedback is taking very long. And in September, that's why we joined Techsar. And since we joined Techsar, then we start acquiring, the sales pipeline with startup is much quicker because most of the time it takes 2 weeks rather than the large companies is taking 4 to 6 months. So large companies is through cold calling, LinkedIn, and startup is mostly through partnership with Techstar, Hustler Fund, NVIDIA program, Extra.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Yeah, what would you say your unfair advantage is, or what's unique about you amongst the DevOps tools?
Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, so as I said today, most of the dev tool they used helping developers to deploy their code to the cloud, but we are helping them to just also have the feedback from their customers. So after they end up developing the feature, during the release, we are giving them real-time feedback from their customer. If the product is stable, if the product, if the page customer are more using it rather than the other version, if there are some errors, if there are some success. So we are giving them all those feedbacks. So.
We've run out of time, but Reddy, please ask your question.
So only one quick question is, Akamai is a big player where we do releases. Companies use Akamai to do the releases. So how do you plan to compete against the big player?
Oh yeah, so cloud. We build a cloud based, one technology called Kubernetes API Gateway. So today, Kubernetes API Gateway is very early, and Cloudor is the first commercial platform offering Kubernetes API Gateway. That's why, our API Gateway is very smart, and it can detect, if your new version is not stable and also revert back to the old one. And it helps just, tech team to deploy anytime a day, even Friday. So, that's where, that's where we're different from others.
Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. Please use our chat. And now let's move to Verivent. Rodney, the floor is yours. Please share your screen, make it full. And your 3 minutes are starting right now.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate the opportunity today. And I'm Rodney Reisdorf, CEO and co-founder of Verivent, and we're the platform that's powering private capital. So we're going to talk about something that's pretty near and dear to everybody on this call, in the fact that private market investment transactions are broken. And the legacy movement of wires and checks and money results in just a ton of wasted time, friction, and widespread fraud for both GPs and LPs. So what these problems look like are threefold. GPs waste countless hours and costly labor raising and deploying capital. The LP experience is terribly manual and full of friction, and exchanging sensitive bank account information results in an average of $809,000 defrauded from investors for a capital call scam. So it's 2024, and why isn't there a better way to raise and deploy capital? So wouldn't it be nice if a GP investment sponsor was able to raise $20 million from over 100 LPs in just 24 hours? Well, that's a true story, and that's what they did on Verivent, which we are positioned as Venmo for private capital, and we're redefining how capital is raised and deployed for investment sponsors and their investors across all asset classes. So why now? Well, the fundraising activity is increasing year over year for both venture capital and private equity. There's more and more retail investors coming into the private markets for a number of reasons. So that's increasing the complexity and number of investors and transactions that need to be managed. And this is the status quo. There's a clear and big market gap in the middle. And then on either side of those, as you can see, very recognizable logos, the common denominator of the status quo is that wasted time, that manual effort, the friction, and the security risks and fraud. There is no sophistication for the private markets in terms of payments. And it's all working. So to date, we have over 120 GP fund customers managing over 600 entities and almost 10,000 LPs. We've moved over $1 billion in transactions flawlessly. And we are at 600K ARR and about 500 in annual run rate of interest revenue that we're earning from our banking partners. And our mission is to allow our customers to raise and deploy capital in minutes, not days or weeks. And we also support the end-to-end investment journey, everything from marketing deals to ongoing investment portfolio performance. And we have built everything from the ground up. We are our own payments rails, and we sit on a multi-bank payments network. And why will we win? Because we are going to be the source of truth and the system of record because of our payments infrastructure and the land and expand approach that we have for the private markets. And we have $1 trillion market opportunity across the private markets for assets under management, and a bottom-up market opportunity of tens of thousands of investment firms across all asset classes, raising almost $1 trillion on an annual basis. And our routes to market are direct sales, channel partners, and product-led growth. And we have a SaaS and interest revenue pricing model. So we have been extremely capital efficient through our journey, and our ask is we're raising $2 million, and we've already closed $1 million of that on a convertible note.
Rodney, now it's time to start Q&A session. And Maria, the floor is yours.
Hi, thank you. I have two questions. So the first one is your payment rails for, is that just focused currently in US between LPs and GPs, or is it a specific international markets as well?
Focused in the US for GPs, but we have many GPs that have international LPs that are facilitating cross-border payments. And the vision is to go full cross-border to support non-US and non-US currency GPs.
Are you working with specific Forex companies like?
Just banking partners, just domestic banking partners. We're integrated directly at the banking layer, and we're not sitting on top of any Forex or Unit or Stripe or Square type of payments infrastructure. We built our own from the ground up.
Okay. Mariette, please ask your question.
Yes. First of all, impressive bootstrapping. I'm wondering what percentage of your spending has been on marketing and what your cost of customer acquisition is. Thanks.
Sure. So customer acquisition cost in year one is 1.0 or better to LTV. And then we have had 0 customers churn. So we're at about a 3.0 LTV to CAC ratio. Our current marketing spend is continuing to be dialed up. We just brought on the former head of marketing from Carta, and we found our 3 main customer channels are in-person events and summit and customer referrals and external referrals. And it's just getting people to use the platform and really seeing the difference and the differentiation that we provide to the market.
Jordan, please ask your question. Oh, you are muted. At least I don't see.
Rodney, what is your valuation play, and how do you manage your cap gains? What are the 3 things you're going to focus on?
So our valuation play is really based on being the only purpose-built payments infrastructure for the private markets and having that low-level data, because everybody else that's facilitating private market transactions has that information spread across a ton of static documents and disparate information. And our goal is really threefold. Increase transaction volume. We're well over 1 billion now. Increase customer acquisition and increase customer growth. And that's really going to lead to a really strong valuation play. And, you know, I feel our exit category, I know this wasn't your question, but I'll just quickly touch on it, could be one of 3. Could be another platform provider, could be a fund administrator, or could be a financial institution, all of which I have open discussions with, and all of which are just suffering the same pain points that we're solving.
Rodney, give it another thought and talk to us on chat. The answer doesn't really cut it. You didn't give me anything related to valuation driving up. You talked about your goals, but not the valuation drive. Maybe we do it on chat with everybody watching.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time, so please use our chat to ask more questions. Now we should move to another startup. Now I'd like to introduce Courtney, the founder of Presto. Courtney, your 3 minutes are starting right now.
Hi guys, thanks. Today, 80% of content creators make nothing because the biggest social platforms give 1% of their ad revenue to creators and keep the rest. Presto is the first platform to give back 100% of ad revenue to creators using a novel crypto business model. I was an ex-Disney ad tech inventor creating innovative ad experiences for A&E, ABC, Twitch, Fox, Hulu, FX, Roku, Lifetime, NBC, and more. My co-founder is a serial crypto founder with multiple multi-million-dollar NFT and token launches, and was the lead Solana engineer at OpenSea. Together, we're building an interactive Web3 ad experience that rewards users with crypto for meaningfully interacting with ads and purchasing products. Users use that crypto to unlock content behind paywalls. We're hosting these ads on our own platform and currently building an API and SDK that any publisher can white label to use our ad tech. And our ad tech works really well. Our rewarded ad experience is the same price as Facebook ads, but 3,000% more effective at driving verified traffic. Our click-through rate is 20% and our incentivized conversion rate is 76%. So it's working for brands, but it's also a system that works really well for content creators. We built a Web 2 beta and tested it with 18,000 influencers and saw that fans sent 125 million units of in-app currency to their favorite creators. We generated over $100,000 in revenue over the past 6 months by selling our ad space, influencer sponsorships, and brand activations. But we are not an ad-supported social media platform, and that is a huge advantage. Competitors like Facebook make their money by selling their ad space. On the flip side, we make money from transaction fees when people trade our cryptocurrency. The ad network is a regulatory system that helps us control the price of our coin. And when I say regulatory system, I mean that we can literally control the supply and demand for our crypto. This is something totally novel for crypto, and it makes our coin a really attractive investment for long term for people who trade crypto. By year 2, we're projecting $500,000 in monthly recurring revenue from transaction fees and to process $9 million in transaction volume on our network. By year 5, we're expecting to generate $2 billion in revenue and create 300,000 median income jobs for content creators. Our lawyers will be filing patents for our proprietary crypto ad tech in the next 2 weeks. We expect to get acquired by incumbents for our technology license amongst their network. We're raising $2.5 million, and that gets us to $150,000 in monthly recurring revenue, 3 ad agency partners, we actually already have one, and 1 million users. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Walid, please ask your question.
Yeah. Are you going to allow those influencers or creators to move their coins between platforms if they're specifically advertising specific platforms?
Yep, that's the idea. So it's not just a platform, it's also an ad network. So you can earn our currency on our platform and then spend it across our entire ad network for all of our publisher partners. Those are blogs. We have one that is a gaming, like live streaming website, etc.
What about their fans? Can they protect their fans if they got cancelled from a platform? Is there a mechanism to move the fans from the platform?
Yeah, so it's all connected to a wallet. So it's actually all it's all universally connected to the same wallet.
Mariette, please ask your question.
Yeah, great job, Courtney. Could you tell us why your system is 3,000% more effective? Thanks.
Yes. So we are incentivizing people to engage with the ad meaningfully and to purchase products. And the emphasis is on purchasing products. So we say, if you buy this Nike product using this Nike ad, we'll airdrop you some percentage of our cryptocurrency. We have a 76% incentivized conversion rate. So 76% of the time where we ask someone to do something in order to earn crypto, they do it. And that is typically purchasing a product or providing data.
Thank you. Maria, the floor is yours.
Yeah, how do they convert your coin into cash?
So it's very similar to any other cryptocurrency. It just goes through our wallet. They'll give us their banking information, and then
there are regulations around how you do fiat. I mean, are you based on USD? I mean, what's the base currency for fiat?
Yep, so we're based on USD.
Ready, please ask your question.
Yep. Good presentation, Courtney. Quick question. What is unique about your technology?
Yep. So what's unique about our technology is actually the patentable crypto experience. So how we reward users to do those high value actions is very unique, but also then using that as a crypto powered ad network that adds the network effect to our network, which makes these ads, transferable across platforms, which is something you don't see today.
Got it. Thank you.
Keith, the floor is yours.
Yes. So you're already generating revenue. So your application is live, correct?
Yep. So we're generating revenue, but it's actually.
Yeah, you have a wallet and it's blockchain. You have all of that in place. You've already spent money. Okay. So my question is what are you going to do with the money? What's the allocation of the $2.5 million?
Yep. So it's primarily team and marketing with some additional legal fees. But it essentially gets us a much more robust product, and it allows us to do that API and SDK, which is what makes the ad network generate that network effect.
How much goes to technology? It's 70% is going to go to salaries. How much is going to go to the technology?
So the technology is essentially just like servers and APIs. They're pretty low cost, so it's about 12%.
Okay.
Dear John,
all right.
the Q&A is over. Please ask the rest of the questions in our chat. And next on the agenda is AdRevision. Yasmin, the timer is set, and please share your screen.
And dear judges, I remind you to vote. Please evaluate startup investment potential at our event page. It's very important for more startups to go. Yasmin, good luck.
Your 3 minutes starting now.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Yasmin, and I'm the co-founder and CPO of AdRevision. This is my co-founder, Hamid. He's been a dentist and a clinic owner for over a decade. He started his first office back in 2016 and scaled it to 8 dental offices by 2020. As his operations grew, he realized his pain points changed from bringing patients into offices to tackling the lack of standardization between the different dentists. So one day he was sharing his pain points with me, and I had some experience in the medical AI from my PhD and how it is standardizing the medical field. So we decided to build AdRevision, a software that uses artificial intelligence to process dental images and highlights pathologies to the dentists and their patients. The benefits for the dentists are obvious. We automate their workflow. We help them not to miss any pathology, so they book more procedures. And during our beta pilots, we realized that we have to account for a big part of this equation, which are the patients. Patients as decision makers often make wrong decisions due to their limited dental knowledge. For a lot of patients, decision is a question of making financial priorities and trusting their dentist. So we decided to focus heavily on putting the patient in charge to make the right decision. To do this, we colorized the x-rays. We developed our proprietary code to show them animations of how their disease will progress over time and the effect it has on their health and financials. This worked well, and in our latest clinical trial with 10 dental offices for a period of 3 months, we almost doubled their production per patient. We didn't stop there. Data shows that dental insurance companies could only validate 5% of all their claims yearly, and they're reporting over $20 billion loss annually due to fraudulent claims. We use our software to process the claims for insurance companies with a fraction of time and cost, and have shown over 10x increase in their fraud detection ability. There's 760,000 dental offices in 73 major countries and over 200 dental insurance companies in the US alone. And this gives us a $5 billion market. We're a subscription-based software, and our customers are dental insurance companies and dental office owners. Our go-to-market strategy follows a top-down approach, prioritizing dental industry enterprises, particularly insurers. And the average ARR from any insurance company would be $1 to $2 million. We have built a strong clinical, technical, and regulatory team of 10 with an efficient monthly burn of $48K. While most of the few AI-enabled dental softwares focus on improving dentist accuracy in diagnosis, we differentiate ourselves from them through our focus on patients. Our proprietary personalized animations and videos help build patients' trust, which in return benefit the dental offices. We're at early stage of commercialization, and we're raising $1 million seed round to build our sales and support team to grow faster. Thank you, and I'll be happy to take any questions.
Anna, you're muted.
Mariette, please ask your question.
Okay, thanks. Interesting problem to solve. I think it's interesting you're going after two markets, which is, I think, always problematic to some degree. So it seems also that the insurance companies would have a lower incentive to participate since they may not want to pay out more. So how do you balance focusing on the insurance versus the dental practice office, which obviously has a very high incentive to solve this problem, but it also may be expensive to market to them since they're so highly distributed and often they're so small?
To clarify, our product is the same. So we're not having two different products. The backbone of the product is the same regardless of which market we're going to. At the initial phases, we're focusing on insurance market just because they understand the problem better than the dental industry, and they're easier sell to. They understand the value, and then the revenue would be much higher than a dental office. But then as we grow, considering that there are much more dental offices than dental insurance companies, our revenue will mostly come from the dental offices in the mid to long term.
Yeah, I understand the product. It was more of a marketing question about how you're going to address that, and also the insurance companies perhaps desire not to pay this. I don't see how this helps them.
We kind of review their claims. So now they're losing money because they have to pay for the claims that they don't have the time and money to review. So basically AI will review claims to see whether anything was fraudulent, to save them time, to save them money. And in terms of marketing to dental offices, one of the best ways to sell anything to dental offices is through exhibitions. So going to events and marketing yourself through that would be the most effective avenue that we have proceeded so far.
Chandan, please ask your question.
Yeah, can you tell us about your competition, if any, and differentiators?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
Yeah, do you have any competition, and is there any differentiator?
Yeah, so we do have there around 10 companies around the world, which 4 of them are in the US. Our focus is on the patients, whereas our competitors' focus are on helping the dentists with their diagnosis. Through our pilot studies, we realized that dentists actually don't believe they need help with their diagnosis, but they all agreed that they need help with communicating the problem to their patients. So we're mostly patient-focused in terms of our product.
Keith,
and we have a provisional patent on one of the key features, which is the animations for patients.
I have a question regarding the AI. The AI is basically just analyzing the data, correct? It's
correct.
Data
The dental
analytics
X-rays and intraoral images.
Well, what I was trying to understand, is that what colors the images? What does the AI component do? Because you talked about a couple different things.
So basically, it identifies any pathologies, non-pathologies. It saves them time by doing some of the record taking, but at the same time, it helps them with the communication to the patient. So for instance, it colorizes the X-rays, it does the animations to show how the disease will progress over time.
So it'll take it off the notes and also the images and then render feedback.
Exactly.
Okay.
So basically, we're just automation of the workflow and communication better.
I got it. Okay,
using the data that they,
The time is over. Please use our chat to ask other questions. And let's see the next startup. Vitaly, your time will start now. Please share your screen.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Vitaly. I'm a founder of CEO HubMe. HubMe, it's all-in-one AI-driven management solution for personal household domains. It's available on all devices. We focus on, for right now, we focus on the market, on the USA market. It's 100 million people from 18 to 50 years old. About 30% of them, it's a middle class. We 40% of American using like a banking applications, 50% online utility payments, bill payments, stuff like this. Also like systems like Amazon Assistants and Apple Series. So what is the problems? Problems is disorganized daily scheduling, financial house, service overspending, poor document handling, and complicated communication. So what we do, we just automatize and organize all of this process and all of these problems. And also we have a great integrations like Plate, saving money for the credit score, and many others. We have two different business plot. It's one B2C, it's a middle class individuals and family, and B2B, it's a servicing business and entrepreneurs like a small household businesses and also wealth management companies. Our competitors, we don't have a direct competitor, but we have a segmental one. It's like a Rocket Money, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Cozy, Family Wall, and other companies like that. So if you see, we have a revenue from B2C selling the plans, B2B selling the plans, but the most of revenue, I think it will come from the marketplace that we will sell insurance, loan reports, leads, payment process, and making money in the payment processing fee. So we test market. We just put like a 1,500 budget for the advertisement, and we had like a more than 30 registration every day. Okay, our team is 32 experienced developers, only me. I'm building the management system since 2008. One of my startup Tenant Cloud right now, it's a #1 small property management system in USA, and we sold it for 97 millions. And we already raised 2.6 millions. Now we're seeking to raise, we have a round for another 12 months, but the next round will be for 3 to 5 millions, and we're going to spend for development and marketing. Most of it is going to go to the marketing. So we have an exit strategy in the 5 years and sell it to financial institutions, so different financial applications or service providers.
Let's start our Q&A session. Maxim, please ask your question.
Vitaly, I didn't hear about your revenue. What's revenue you have right now?
Because we just released 3 months ago in the Eve, we didn't put a lot of money on the market, so we generated revenue not much. It's like about 3,000 monthly, just because of it wasn't released fully, but we saw the attraction of the market. Like we saw, we have like a 30 registration every day, but the system wasn't fully ready, so we turned off the advertisement, and sometimes we just put a little money to test it and to see if the crunch rate and like a monitor like that. So in 3 months, we will finish fully integrations like Plate integrations, and then we're gonna go fully to the market and advertise our system.
Thank you.
David, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I when I see you, I immediately think about Mint. And maybe you can correct me on that, but here in Silicon Valley, there's all these bulletin boards of companies going after Mint's customers now that Mint was shut down. So how will you succeed where they fail?
So Mint is just a financial platform. We do the full like a documents organization scheduling. Like for example, through our system is tracking your license plate registration, vehicle registration. You can do bill payments and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more than just a Mint. This financial application. Yes. I'm using my application 24/7. I'm addicted to it. So I will not be able to focus on my job and education if I would not use Hubme. Yeah.
Vadim, ask your question.
Yeah, Vitaly, you have already raised 2.6 million to build the platform, and now you're raising 5. Is it to build a platform further? Is it for go-to-market or what?
No, we're gonna go to market in about 3 months when we will. Right now, we have a contract with Plate, and we integrated. As we will finish integration with the Plate, this is the last integration we will do for now because we already integrated many different services. But we built. It's a huge system that we built by ourselves, and now we just started integration. So in go-to-market, we will go on in 3 months. But system is a little bit like wide, so we need to improve it. And right now we more like And so we focusing on seeing the behavior of people and the feedbacks and trying to improve our applications. So like, yeah, it's 60% of that is going to go to the development and the rest of it in market. But also it's for the marketing, it will be partnership wise, like for example, like Tenant Cloud, we built for the managers, but we forgot about the tenants. So there's good interface and applications for tenants. So we can partnership with companies like that.
Jules, you can ask your question, please.
Thanks. Similar to David's question, as you were talking, I had visions of a bunch of different applications that do a lot of what you said. Can you dig down deeper into differentiation of HubMe versus others?
Sure. Like for example, any application doesn't have a hubs like a garage, property, pets, health, education, work. We do all of it. And it's a documents and automated documents, like you just scan your insurance card and the AI system goes to DMV, pull up in the all information about the car, about license plate, about the vehicle registration, all of scheduling and all of the put in there for you that you don't have to do anything. The system will do all of it. So none of them has something like this.
Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce another startup, ASA. Landon, you have 3 minutes. Please share your screen.
We've all seen these studies that the average person doesn't like to share bank login credentials with other websites or apps. For 3 years, ASA has been building a unique solution to manage the sharing of data, billing, payments, and login authentication. Once integrated, ASA Vault makes it possible for you to log into a website or FinTech and even make payments without sharing any personal data. You may have heard about the Synapse bankruptcy and the challenges surrounding banking as a service. ACE has built an open API that wraps the core and allows fintechs to work with any bank or credit union account. This greatly reduces regulatory and compliance risks compared to when fintechs provide off-bank services themselves. ASA has a sales channel through banks and credit unions, has soft launched, and has $3 million in ARR in contracts pending launch, and is finalizing an enterprise agreement that will push ARR above 8 figures. ASA is launching a sales channel that leverages financial influencers. ASA has several influencers on contract with a total audience of over 10 million followers, staged to deploy their custom app stores in 2024. The influencer markets the app store to their followers, generating ongoing monthly recurring revenue, and ASA provides insights and measure that really track the progress of the education efforts. ASA replaces the need to have payments, aggregation, KYC authentication, and billing services, and allows financial brands and institutions to send their followers and account holders to use top-in-class categories of relevant solutions. ASA keeps 50% of marketplace revenue generated from fintech solutions and shares that revenue with the channel partner. So a quick little demo. Inside of ASA Vault, you can connect all of your institutions and accounts and move money seamlessly between any bank or credit union. We have some basic net worth tracking overview. We create a virtual email, a handle. The user is able to connect to a fintech and they get to choose which accounts to share. And with one click, register. ASA login provides single sign-on, eliminating the need to have a registration or a username and a password for an app or a website. The users control all their billing and data connections through ASA Vault. We have 1 patent issued and we have 2 more that are filed. ASA is fortunate enough to have seasoned investors and banking executives on the board, cap table, and founding team. We've raised $5.5 million. ASA is raising a round to execute on a contract to embed ASA Vault inside of the branded mobile banking app, launching to hundreds of financial institutions with an app store update. Questions?
Thank you. You did great. Now let's start our Q&A session. Maria, please raise your hand. Ask a question.
Yeah, I did raise my hand. So I'm really not clear about your value proposition. because you started off saying that you enable more secure sharing of onboarding when it comes to third-party fintech solutions, and then you went off into another mobile app and looked like a banking marketplace yourself. So what is your real value proposition, and how do you make money on that?
So we provide co-branded app stores for banks, credit unions, and influencers, and they market the app and the solution either through their bank app, it's embedded inside of it, or through a standalone app that's co-branded for the influencer. And they get a percentage of revenue from every app that their users sign up for. So for example, the mention earlier of the Mint competition, we have an app called One Goal. They charge $12 per month. ASA does the billing, we handle the data, we handle money movement, everything they need, and we keep $6 of the $12. So we keep 50% of the revenue.
Who else would you like to ask a question? Please raise your hands. Maxim.
Lyndon, so your ARR so far, how much is ARR?
So we're soft launched, and we have 3 financial institutions and 2 influencers launching in the next 30 days that will be over 1 million in ARR. So contracted, just pending launch. And then we are working with an enterprise agreement that's going to be 300 credit unions. That's going to be a very large partnership. And that's one of the main reasons we're fundraising now. We did the FIS Accelerator. We're working on a POC with them. As you know, they're a 48 billion market cap company. Their intent, the POC, was to embed ASA inside of their mobile banking app to be able to deliver an app store to their customers.
Thank you.
David, now it's your turn. Please ask your questions.
Yeah, the apps in your platform, do they have to meet the financial or regulatory controls, or are you protecting them from that in some way?
We're protecting them from that in many ways. For example, with an app that does roundups, instead of setting up a BaaS account, we can use the existing bank account and the debit card you already have with your bank. We wrap the core, we can move the money on the back end through the core using the intra-bank transfer network. And so the fintech does not need to know the name of the customer or the account number to be able to move the money. So we allow completely anonymous registration, sign up, money movement. You could go to a website, hit login with ASA, sign up, and subscribe without telling the website your name and without it showing up on your credit card.
We can ask Jordan, you can ask one last question. Jordan,
if I missed it, forgive me, but is there a KYC or money laundering concern in your process?
So our CTO built the first data payment gateway, Jack Henry's credit card platform. He launched global payments for Walmart and McDonald's. And so we leveraged the bank's existing KYC. The 2 patents we just filed around ASA Verify, where we use a passwordless authentication with the bank's existing MFA and KYC data at the core, and then a step-up authentication for proof of liveness at the point of sale for transactions. So the future point of where ASA is headed is going to be identity verification, fraud prevention, P2P push payments with a guaranteed push payment network.
Great answer. Thank you for being so transparent.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you. And now we have our last but not least startup, Robotic 7. Hersh, the floor is yours and the timer is ready. Please share your presentation.
Thanks, Anna.
And let's start.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hersh Saleh. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Robotic 7. We're a deep tech defense startup based here in Bay Area. There are more than 110 million active landmines and unexplored ordnances still buried in more than 60 countries. Not only it impacts the civilian communities around the world, but also food security, businesses, hence economies. Not only it's relevant to post-conflict zones where it impacts these resources, but also very relevant in active conflict situation, as we recently saw in Ukraine. More than 30% of its territory has still been contaminated by these deadly explosive and growing. The current approach requires human deminers to go there risk their lives to find these hidden threats. Oftentimes, it's not only inefficient, but less accurate given the traditional methods to detect these landmines and explosives. So-called modern technologies have been implemented with drones, robots, and assault breaching vehicles, but they still use the traditional methods of metal detectors or ground-penetrating radar, making it still less accurate, increasing the frontline human risk. That's where our platform, Eagle A7, comes in. It's an AI-powered autonomy platform that can only detect these very hidden landmines, including the plastic one, but can identify them and give unique insights to the operator to allow them to even neutralize them remotely within our platform without ever stepping a foot into these fields. So here's how it works. The system flies autonomously over a selected area. It then scans, identifies, and tracks these threats in real time with our multimodal AI and a proprietary radar system, and gives the ability to the user in real time to destroy these targets from the drone itself. Our business model is simple. We sell each of our systems individually at average 285,000. On top of that, we charge 175,000 starting for SaaS, includes our AI models, threats library, as well as the autonomy stack. Our go-to-market is to governments and agencies, as well as international organizations. We're targeting $10.2 billion landmines and explosive clearance market with the vision to go up to $32 billion next-gen sensing threat detection and response. So far, we have secured a strong letter of intent from the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine to deploy our systems in Ukraine. We have a pilot starting this year with them. We also have US Army, Special Forces, and other allied and partner countries interested in this technology for the next-gen breaching requirement, and international organizations. I started it when I was 12, after seeing a young kid losing both of his legs because of landmine. That triggered me to build something advanced, join hands with my co-founder, Urushi, brings aerospace engineering background, an amazing and passionate team, and exceptional group of leaders. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Great pitch. Now we have time for Q&A session. Fabio, please ask your question.
Yes, Lars, great presentation. I would like to understand better how does the technology, the AI technology works? How does it detect the threat under the earth? And what do you mean when you say it will be destroyed? How do you destroy the threat? I mean, I didn't understand on your presentation. Thanks.
Absolutely. Great question. Thanks for asking that. We do have a proprietary radar system, so multiple antenna arrays that allows us to go at a special resolution in detecting no matter whatever materials are. So we're not looking after metals. We compose that with,
it's just
vision.
Images, it's thermal, it's
the thermal
it's a
allows
LiDAR.
us to we definitely embed thermal and LiDAR, but we use radars,
Okay.
micro RF, which penetrates deeper up to 3 feet.
Okay, how do you destroy the mines or whatever?
So we have remote payloads that gets delivered up to a depth that has been detected for these explosives, and it gets triggered whenever there's a signal from the autonomy ground station.
So sorry, I didn't understand. You have a payload, or you just use a signal?
So we have smaller payloads that gets deployed from the drone. Which gets
He blows them up. He blows them up from his machine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alrighty, please ask your question.
Yeah, good presentation, Harsh. 2 questions. One is, what is the accuracy of detection? And second one, what are your margins on the hardware and software services?
Absolutely. We so far received a 96% accuracy in our testing with the Ukraine mines, with the Ukraine representatives. We're targeting 65% plus gross margin with our first initial set of contracts.
Thank you.
Mariette, the floor is yours.
Thank you. First of all, thanks for doing this. Having been to Laos and talked to people who've lost their limbs from this, I applaud you for solving this. I'd like to know what you construe as the biggest obstacle to you succeeding, which I hope you do.
Yeah, really appreciate that. I think scaling up to the massive level that this problem would be one of the key obstacles that we're facing right now, and we're utilizing channel partners and governments to support us with that.
Walid, please ask your question.
Thank you for the presentation, and sorry for your tragic, experience with mine. Are you going to sell this one time, or are you going to have a recurring sort of revenue out of operating or command and control or whatever? What sort of lifetime value are you talking about from each client?
Absolutely. We do sell it recurring both on the hardware side and also software. Of course, our detonator payloads are something like a cartridge to a printer, but comparing that as we grow, scale up, multiple agents will be deployed, and hence the revenue will skyrocket.
Dear judges, thank you very much for your interest. Dear startups, thank you for your pitches. Unfortunately, the time for Q&A is over, and I give the floor to Anna.
Thank you, Anna, so much. We have heard very, very exciting, interesting pitches. Dear judges, please vote. Dear Harsh, please stop sharing the screen so I can see all the judges. Thank you very much. Please, dear judges, please go to our event page and make sure you voted for all the startups, that the scroll bar in the position you want it to be. Because in less than a minute, it will be already 45 seconds. We will be closing the votes. And then we'll have a little networking session where you can give feedbacks to startups. What has to be improved? What do they have to mention? What they mentioned that they shouldn't have mentioned? What did you like? What you didn't like? It will be shortly, like we'll have like a minute and a half for each startup. And I will guide you through this. And after that, we will announce who winner is. My team, please, when you close the votes, please let me know that you close the votes. We'll be closing the votes in 10 seconds. So, dear judges, please finish voting. And the votes will be closing in 10, 9,
wow.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. The votes are closed. There is nothing you can do. Our system knows who the winner is. And dear judges, please give a feedback. Regarding the startups, let's start with the first one, the model. What needs to be improved? What needs to be left out? What needs to be added? Who would like to say? Yes, Mariette, go ahead.
Well, one thing I was actually just curious about is working on this with your wife, because I actually started a tech company with my husband, and it was very, very difficult to get funding because of that. And that was 15 years ago, so maybe things have changed. I hope they have, but I was wondering what kind of response you're getting to that.
So obviously working with your wife has different difficulties, but raising money, I've never raised money with her before. In our business, our businesses in the past, we've raised about $10 million. But to be honest, it's the first time anybody's asked about the difficulty of how that works together. So I don't have a very good answer for that. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
that's good.
Mariette, I'm sorry, we don't have that much time. It's not about like questions and answers. It's about like more feedback. What needs to be improved in the presentation? What needs to be, because like
I think that was my feedback, because to me that was a question that I had. So my feedback was that maybe you want to address the role of your wife, because you said your wife, but that we didn't talk about what she did, or your team really.
Put wife up front next time. Did I get it right? Sorry, we have to move to a next startup. Fogworks, because we have only 10 minutes to go on every startup. Fogworks, who would like to give a feedback? Yes, Jordan, I see your hand.
It was a great presentation. She just fired at a 25,000 miles an hour. It was tough to keep up with what she was sharing with us. It seemed like a race to finish the content, and I want to recommend to everybody, it's not a race to finish the content. It's a competition to deliver the content. So it was a bit fast for me.
Okay, a bit slower.
Got it. Okay, and the third startup is Sizzle. Walid, would you like to share your feedback?
Yeah, I think Sizzle was really clear and informative. I think most of the startups today they're well selected, they are well represented. I think the team has done a really good job. For Sizzle, the sort of integrator on streaming and stuff like that, the competition is it's a bit of a busy place right now. So I hope with the AI feature, that could take them more of competitive advantage towards that. And thank you very much for everybody.
Thank you, Walid. And Clouddoor, who would like to give feedback on Clouddoor? Okay, Verivent, any feedback?
So Clouddoor, if I could, I didn't quite understand what he does.
Okay, be more precise on a solution. Got it. Okay, Verivent. Keith, yeah, you raised up.
Yeah, Clouddoor was interesting to me. It targets the developers community, but I think that you have to spend, to me, I think you have to spend more time explaining how you're going to capture that market, because that's different than like B2C or B2B. It's a very it's very like, I don't know, it's like cultural, right? So developers are devout to the things that they know, and the learning curve for them, they may be willing to try, but adoption may not be as fast. So education, and I think you need to work in that area about how you're going to capture those developers and what that market is, which you did, but you have competition. So in that area, I would work a little bit more on it.
Thank you very much for the feedback. Verivent, Kelly, yes. Please share your feedback.
So for Clouddoor, they offer a meaningful solution to the challenges of slow software development and limited customer feedback for large enterprises. And I believe their growth potential hinges on effective channel resource utilization for acquiring enterprise customers and the scalability of their system to minimize customer churn.
Which company was that, Kelly?
Clouddoor.
Oh, Clouddoor. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep it short. 1 minute. Verivent. Feedback on Verivent. Maria?
Yeah, I found it was a very interesting company, especially when it comes to payments, solving the payments problem. But it lost me when it started going into all the other aspects around it of fundraising and things, which is very hard for fund managers to do. So I recommend keep on the target focus on how you enable funds to move faster. So just be clear about the value proposition. And I think for all the companies, you don't need more than 2 product slides. We're not here to listen to you about what your product does and how it works. We're here to listen about the value of your business and why we should invest in your business and your team.
Okay. Thank you very much. More numbers always works. Presto. Wonderful, Courtney. Keith, would you like to ponder on Presto?
Yeah, it's very interesting, and the platform that you have. But I just wanted to kind of on the tails of what Maria said. It's very different when you're a judge and what you're looking for than when you're pitching. And, really being concise and clear makes it a lot easier for us about whether or not it's investable, because there's a big difference in how you're going to execute and how focused you really are. And so with regards to Presto, it took me a while to get to where you're actually at and what you're actually doing. You have a lot of aspects of your project, but I think you could kind of segment some of them out and be a little bit more concise would help you. especially because a lot of people are not really well versed in Web3, blockchain, the most innovative technologies for investors anyway. You might not get the most, sophisticated investors. So you may want to just keep that in mind.
Wonderful. Okay, really quick, thank you. Adravision. Who would like to comment on Adravision? Or everything was fine, no comments? 1, 2, 3, no comments. Okay.
Just small comment. I didn't understand who's the customer, like insurance company or B2B companies, other than the B2B. So to start
a little bit confusing.
Then,
okay.
like
Got
insurance.
it. Got it. Yes, sorry, going to HubMe. HubMe. Mariette from HubMe, will you say something?
No.
You're muted.
Yeah, with that one, it took me a little bit to figure out what the problem was that was being solved. So I think when I'm watching a pitch, I want to immediately understand what the problem is. And, so hit me with a fact or something startling or surprising, or, get me engaged right away with what the problem is. I think in general, just as a comment for all the pitches, compared to the last round that I saw, these were a lot tighter and a lot less cluttered. I think some of them had a little bit too much content. I don't remember which ones, but some of them were a little hard to follow. If there's too many words on the page, people are not going to be able to follow what you're saying because they're trying to read your slides. Some of you did a good job. Others, I think, could do better.
Thank you very much. And Asa, ready? Can you tell what you think?
No, I'm on the last one. No.
You're on the last one. Okay, iRobotics, I'll ask you. And Asa, who can comment? Yeah, Maria, go ahead.
Yeah, again, it started taking us off with a very clear value proposition about solving a problem of fintechs and people not sharing their passwords. And then you went off into building your own app in which you need to drive user acquisition. So, we live in a world with a lot of fintechs out there, and I don't know if we need more apps. So you totally lost the value proposition that you started with. And
Got it.
That's not good.
Thank you. Yeah, that doesn't work. And ready on iRobotics?
Yeah, overall, I like the presentation. The value proposition was very clear, but this is going to be huge investment because it involves both hardware as well as software. And what is not clear was the go-to-market. How are you going to do that? That would have enhanced the presentation.
Okay, startups.
Can I comment on that?
Dear
Very quickly.
Very quickly, okay.
I couldn't disagree with Reddy anymore. This is the best investment in here. It is definitely the way to go. There is not a better solution out there. Even if it costs $1 billion, you got to do it. So call me and let's help you do it.
Cool, okay. We're going to do judges battle next time. Who likes startup more? Yeah, good, I love it. Okay, and now we are seeing in real time who the winner is, and I have to refresh my page. And of course, those ones who did it know that iRobotics is the winner of Unicorn Pitches US, and the second place with only a little bit, Verivent, and the third place, oh gosh, they're so close, is Sizzle. You're welcome to the next level, which is Unicorn Battle in Palo Alto. Our event managers will contact you and have all the details. Congratulations. Well done, guys. And now we see the likes. Verivent has 3 likes, 5 likes has Presto. Wonderful. Our Courtney, and yes, so our guests voted for Presto, and they expect Presto to become unicorn, and our judges expect iRobotics to become unicorn. Well, we will know in a short while who is more right, and we will know it and we'll inform you on that. And that was the end of the event. Thank you all for coming. And yes, open mic. I don't know when the webinar will be switched off automatically, but everyone is welcome to say what they want. I did my job. I rest with this. Yeah, Maxim, go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you very much for joining us. It was really cool, and we look forward to seeing you on June 11th.
Absolutely. Please all come. It will be more exciting. We'll have more features, maybe like extended time to have like a long talk. I don't know, but please give us feedbacks, share feedbacks. We will write you letters. Please write us back or record videos, dear judges. We really appreciate it. We share it with startups. Startups really, really, really welcome everything you say, and they do changes, and it really helps them a lot. Let's help talented people to make our world better.
Anna, 2 comments. One, if you're listening, when the Ukrainians say letters, they mean emails. It's translation. And 2, Anna, you didn't do your job. You did a great job. You and team just rock it. I'm so glad you're doing this.
Thank you, Jordan. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much. Well, I love getting letters. Like, so it's like I'm old school. I like, no, not with a goose. How you call this? Goose feather, right? But use pen, but letters always.
You have a great afternoon. Take care.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Have a great day, and see you all next event. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye. Bye-bye. Great. You can switch off the recording.